blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
What's up, people? Welcome to the Say Less show with Comeiko. You know, I really had my stuff together tonight. And I really did until right now, because I always forget the formal topic for the evening, which is crazy. But today's topic, okay, while I got it up, everybody wants success, but slow growth builds longevity. That was long. Everybody wants success, but slow growth builds longevity. That is the topic for today. Once again, welcome. I won't apologize for a show not being, a live show not being aired last week, because you know what time it was. It's World Series, my Dodgers. Let's go Dodgers. Yeah, everything was put on the back burner, honey. Everything was. It was a couple of nights I was on suicide watch. And then boom, we won it back to back. So I'm here tonight live, got a special guest. But before we get to that, I'm going to start us off on the motivational quote for the evening, the day, the week, the month, the rest of the year, 2026, wherever. Always be positive. Stay your vibration to up here, right? And just keep these things within us at all times, and you will always really be at peace when you have motivational quotes and positivity and vibrate high. You know what I'm saying? So what we have today is: your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust the timing, honor the journey, and keep shining. And I'm gonna add to that: keep shining when you don't want to shine. Keep shining when you don't feel like you don't have a reason to. Just always shine, because people won't know if you don't tell them. But at the end of the day, a day above ground is a freaking absolute blessing. So you shining already right there, just when you wake up and you have another day to give it another shot. So we're gonna run that back again. Your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust the timing, honor the journey, be ye grateful, and keep shining. So that's that for that. The motivational quote. Gave you the topic. Of course, you know I got my beverage of the evening, and I really haven't been drinking too much. But my always go to my communion. You know what I'm saying? It's relaxing. I can't, like right now, all you see is my forehead, because of it's dark now and it's only 6:00. But that's my lolly. That's the lolly, and this is the luscious. The bold is child, but this is the luscious lolly. So that is my beverage of the evening. And without further ado, we are going to bring our special guest on, and I'm going to allow her to introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kiko Lee. I am entrepreneur. I have a marketing company. It's called Carry On Marketing. A little bit about my company. I did not know what I wanted to do after the passing of my grandmother in 2021, and I was just trying to find my way. And I always try to figure out ways that I can keep my grandmother alive. So I started Carry On Marketing, which is named after my granny. Her name is Carrie. And that's what I've been doing so far. Thank you so much for having me. And I see you had your drink, so I have mine, which is just sparkling cider. Not too much. You know, I'm not drinking anymore. So
at the end of the day, it's a beverage, right? And
Yes.
it's your choice of beverage for this evening. That's all
And
that
that's what I'm
matters.
drinking. And then
That's all that
also,
matters.
I love the
So did
message
you
that
want
you
to
gave
share
today.
your icebreaker?
Yes, I wanted to say I love the message that you gave today, and I would like to also add to that as we continue to shine bright, let's make sure that we do not dim our lights for people, because that has been something that I have dealt with. And the issue dimming my light for people and feeling bad for who I am when I'm just a girl. Like, I'm just me and I love me.
Girl.
And so I wanted to just add that, because that is also a big part of it. As you continue to shine, make sure that you are not dimming your lights. If people make you feel like you need to dim your light around them,
Chuck up
get
the
away,
deuces.
run from them. Those are not your people. That's not
Yeah.
your village. So yeah, icebreaker. I know a lot of you guys may know ChatGPT and things like that. So a big trend right now is um
That's my assistant that I'm letting all y'all use. But go ahead.
thank you for letting me borrow her. She's a
She's
girl's
amazing,
girl.
isn't she?
And so the challenge right now is to put in ChatGPT, what is my gift? Don't explain. What is my curse? Don't explain. And then after they tell you what each one is, then you put it explain in the ChatGPT box and it explains it to you. So I'm gonna read off you guys just as an icebreaker mine. And so I'm gonna disappear for a second because it's on my phone. I didn't know that I couldn't do it from both.
Okay.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So just really quick. So when I put in Chat GBT, what is my gift? It says influence. And I've always known that I've had that gift, because I remember growing up, I was a class clown. I know it's so hard to believe. But I was very smart, so I would finish my work and then I would mess with other people. I know I was the kid that you did not want your kid to be around. Um so in that, I know that one of the superpowers for influence is manipulation. And I know that I have that, but I also never really, I thought that that was like a negative trait to have. But I like the way that ChatGPT put it, as it says, it's not manipulation, it's magnetic leadership. So I like the way that they did that. So
Mhm.
we're going to clap that up. And so my gift is influence, and it says the natural ability to move people, shift energy, and make others listen or feel something when you speak. And I've always been able to do that. I've always had a big influence on people. And that's a reason why a lot of the time my teachers will pull me aside and say, hey, when you do this, you can't do this, because everybody tends to follow after what you do, and then they don't have any respect for the people around. So I knew that I've always been very influential my whole life. And then also, just really quick, it says, what is my curse? My curse is a restless soul. I am someone who has a hard time getting sleep. I'm always thinking, always trying to figure out what my purpose is. Even when I'm praying to God all the time, like, God, please reveal what my passion is. God, please reveal what my purpose is. God, please reveal what am I supposed to be doing? And I'm like, did I miss the mark? Like, I'm always questioning those things. So I have a hard time sleeping at night. But it also just means that it says means that you have a deep inner drive that rarely lets you feel fully fulfilled. So now that I know that in life, I mean, ChatGPT be helping me. Now it knows that I just gotta relax,
Mhm.
like just be laxed. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna end it there, because I know a lot of people, you're wondering why you're probably going through a lot and things like that. And it's like, just relax. This is just a part of human nature.
Well, it's a part of your journey.
Yeah.
And we can't question that. We just got to rock and roll with it, right?
Yes. And I think
And
we tend
ask
to
for
get
guidance and
overstimulated.
direction and patience.
Yes. Yes. And I feel like I tend to get overstimulated by my thoughts sometimes. So from that, ChatGPT, your
Yeah.
assistant, I have just learned to just be lax.
Relax. You know what I'm saying?
Relax.
It's not that you don't care. It's not that you have a whatever attitude. Like at the end of the day, we have to enjoy life, right?
Yes.
And spend every day in this whole always in our head. Being in your head is dangerous.
I live in my head so much, it is dangerous.
Dangerous.
Yes. And you have to learn that as long as you believe, and I feel like I'm being tested right now by God to, where's all that faith that you say you had in me? Like I know you're gonna have faith in me when I'm doing all these things that you are being blessed with. But what are you gonna do when it's not your season? When I'm telling you to be patient.
And what people don't realize is that there is no one that is exempt from going through
Life.
life, because life gonna life.
Life be
I don't
lifing.
care how good you got it, you think you got it, I don't care how good you had it. At some point, life gonna life you. But what he's looking for is how are you going to react in that life be life in moment? And when you retain a attitude of gratefulness and say, you know what, hey, it's like this right now, but
It
I
won't be like
still
this forever.
eat, I'm not hungry. Or I mean, it's been times that I've been my story is bananas. It's been times I've been hungry, but I always trusted him. You understand? And he watches how you deal with that. And when you can handle the life be life in, baby, at the end, it ain't gonna be nothing but blessings for him, because he said
Nothing.
you
You're gonna be
trusted
laughing
me.
at all this.
Yeah, because you
You
trusted me.
you know,
Don't
there's
start
this
that.
one
Don't you
song.
start that.
There's this one song that I never understood, and I would be singing it, and then when I play it back in my head, I'm like, wait, no, that don't make sense. And it was the he may not come. Wait, how does it go?
He may not come where you want him, but he
But
always
he
come on
always right on time.
time.
And I never understood that. I'm like, if he don't come when I want him, how is he on time?
Because
Like
it's
I
not your
never
time,
understood
sugar.
that. It's not my time. It's not when I
We
want it.
ain't
It's
on
when
our
he.
time, girl. It's on his time.
Yes, and
Okay.
so I literally did not. I have been singing. That's one of my granny's favorite songs. So I've been singing that. I'm 32, so I've been singing that song for a long time, and I literally just understood it maybe about 6 months ago.
Really?
In my
As much as
32
your
years
granny
of
played it?
living, huh?
As much as your granny played it?
As much as my granny played it, I would sing it because I just love this. I mean, you just learn the song and you sing it when it comes on. But I would always in the back of my head think like, how is he always on time if he not there when I want him to? Like I literally always thought that, and literally like maybe I was sitting in my car crying one day, just praying, like praising God, and I just had a worship moment, and I think the song might have came on or something like that, and I think something good was happening to me, and I'm like, oh. Like it was just like a oh moment, like got it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did it take me that long to understand that? But you have to go through things to understand things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
you're talking about Dottie Peoples on time God. That's what you're
yes,
talking about. He's an on
yes.
time God. Yes, he
Wait, is
is.
that the song?
It's a bunch
He
of them
might
out there, but are you
not
talking about Dottie
come,
Peoples? He may
but I
not
don't.
come when you want, but he always be on time.
Yes, that song.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes.
That's probably what your granny was listening to, Dottie Peoples, honey, because she was the bomb back then.
I'm pretty that yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that was the
Yeah, because
song.
that
And
was one of our go-tos. That was one of our ram in the bushes in the choir.
yes, that song and my granny's other favorite song was there's a leak in this
Uh-huh.
song. That song, oh my god! Anytime that song come on
LaShawn
now,
Pace, girl, LaShawn Pace.
yes.
I know
But
my
yeah,
me.
that was my icebreaker. And I just wanted to share that
Okay.
information with you
Well, I
guys, and that's
appreciate
a little bit
that.
about me. Thank you so
I appreciate
much.
that. Now share that. Tell people one more time that what you put in Chat GPT.
Oh, so if you're wanting to know your gift, you can put in "What's my gift" on ChatGPT, and if you want to know your curse, you could put in "What's my curse."
Okay. In the meanwhile, I got him. I got him working. Okay. And he working good, baby, because I pays $22 a month for this.
For the best service. Okay, clock
Okay.
it.
And just it's a few things: storytelling, presence, influence with heart, authenticity, vision and execution, service. And I inspire people to believe in themselves and expand their possibilities by being proof that they can do it. Baby, when I say that I got bumps all over my arms right now, because that's been the story of my life. Isn't that crazy?
And that's so true about you because, even although we haven't been knowing each other for long, the first time we talked, well, not the first time, but when we
Not
re-met
the
each other.
first time. The
Oh
later
my
on
God.
down the line time.
I will let you share that story if you want to. But the second time that we met, um, the re-intro. You most definitely inspired me to keep going, and you were like, we gotta talk, and we have been talking ever since, and it's been what, two,
Got to
three
get you
weeks?
right.
Yeah.
Got to get you right. It says you don't just hustle, you impact. You don't just speak, you shift. You don't just show up, you transform rooms. That is your gift, and you are still unfolding it. That is bananas.
Yes.
But yeah, people, go on out there and do that. But we're gonna get into our topic because child, black businesses and how they doing things.
Black businesses.
And how they doing things. But real
How
fast,
are they
just
doing
the
things?
background real quick of me and Kiko, because you're gonna say less podcast with Miko and Kiko. Ooh. But so Kiko was the former manager. Was it events manager or manager?
Events. Well, it is marketing / event coordinator
Right.
for.
At B&B Theaters here in Red Oak down the street from me. And me and my husband went to the soft opening when they opened the doors to the public. And it was chaotic. It really was. You had the head honchos down and, it was chaotic. And so I saw the circle room and was like, oh, we can do our vow renewal up there. So, they were looking for Kiko and, met her. And her demeanor was just like, right? And I was just like, whoa, this is not customer service.
And I literally don't remember this at all, but I was just thrown in.
It wasn't personal. I knew that it wasn't personal because I know people and I can read people, right? I knew it was just like hectic. It was hectic. Everybody's running all around. Then the next time, like, they didn't have everything situated. So like maybe 3-4 months later, I came back thinking that they would have things kind of situated. Someone guided me to her office. I can tell she was on a meeting because she was staring at the computer. And then she just looked at me and was just like, I'll be with you in a moment. And I was like, And so, I was telling them like, oh my God, her attitude, like she's just not people. She's not a people person. She's not friendly at all. Like this ain't the position for her, literally. Because, I speaks my mind and tells the truth about any and everything, especially when it comes to customer service. So that's that, right? So we're at a venue not too far from me last week. And her face looked familiar, but I didn't know. So we're sitting there. We just started conversating and talking. And I'm like, oh, this young lady is nice. She's very nice and pleasant and da-da-da-da-da. And then there's another lady on the end of the bar. And the lady was like, I knew that was you from B&B, right? And then I turned around and Kiko was like, that is you. That is you from B&B. You is a whole different person. You are a totally different person than what I've met. And that's how our conversation started.
Yes. It was so funny because, like, since I'm not at B&B more, like, I didn't realize the impact, or sometimes you don't realize because you're in that moment. And, like, for example, like when you said you first met me, there was a lot going on. I wasn't even trained. They just threw me in. And then the owners of B&B, this is not to bash anybody or anything like that, but they're from Missouri, so they don't know anything about Red Oak. They didn't know that it was nothing in the past, and like now it's very diverse. Everybody's coming in. It's a developing community. So I think they're still overwhelmed now.
They weren't expecting what they've been
Right.
doing. Yeah.
Right. Like I was like, what they're trying to do now, like they're 20 years behind, basically. What they're trying to do now would have worked 20 years ago when, it was nothing. But now there's too much expectation. There's too many people in the area. There's too much to expect from it because what's in Red Oak besides Walmart? So you're getting a couple of bars and stuff now, but as far as entertainment and something that family friendly or whatever, that's all you have. Yeah. So
nothing.
Yeah, I don't think that they was ready for that, and then they just threw me in there. But yeah.
So, but we're going to talk about the businesses just within going around town. I've been here since 2013 from Cali, and in Cali, my background had a lot to do with promoting clubs, DJing, all that stuff or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I got here, I'm a people person, so. And I know music and I got an ear for it. And let my friend Elbert, I call him my DJ, one of my day ones, my Ace Boon Coons, he still to this day tells the story of how, I was going to a place called Echo Lounge in Arlington when I first moved here. It was karaoke. And I was going by myself because I didn't know nobody. And I never forget, I was sitting there and one of the speakers was blown. And like I said, I got an ear for music. I can hear when something's off. I can all that. And I just went to him. I said, that speaker is blown. And then we became just from that, right? So I do know the ins and the outs of being in business or whatever the case may be. But my thing is, what I don't understand is why, and I'm not making it a race thing at all. I'm just speaking facts, right? It's not a race thing. I'm speaking facts. Why is it that Black businesses don't last? Right? So I did a little homework or whatever. And statistics right now show that 8 out of 10 Black-owned businesses fail within the first 18 months. Now, I got my many reasons as to why, because I have been in the back, behind closed doors, watching the operation, saying, this ain't it. This ain't supposed to be like this. You ain't supposed to be like this, right? A lot of times it has everything to do with being, not prepared. It has a lot to do with not being equally yoked with your partners, because that matters big time. Some of the stuff is a lot of, unfortunately, with African Americans, we have a limited access to capital, right? The money ain't there. We ain't getting approved. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, if you're going to go into business, have your money right. Be prepared to function without the public for some time. You cannot build success overnight. And you cannot make your customers or your patrons pay for it. You need to have capital gain. You need to have petty cash. You need to have enough money when you start your business that you not, what we say the other night, robbing your people.
Yes. Can I also add to that? Going back to what you said, we don't always have like the funding or the knowledge, because how do I best say this? Other races are taught to not spend their own money when they're funding their business. We think that we are supposed to fund our own business. We don't got the money. And sometimes why we don't even do it, because we don't have the money. We don't have the resources. We don't have the knowledge. We don't know where we're supposed to be going to get these things. Shout out to ChatGPT, your assistant, because there's no reason why you should not be able to do these things now, because ChatGPT gonna think for you, and give you the resources you need, anything you want to do. But we didn't have that, growing up. Like, that's something that I just learned about 6 months ago. Like, why are you spending money out of your own pocket to fund your business when there's free money out there?
It is. And if you really want to put the work in, you'll do the research, because there's so many grants out there for minorities right now. It's bananas.
Yes, for sure. I just wanted to add that.
It's bananas. There's resources out there. So, it's one of those things where take advantage of it, especially if you qualify, take advantage of it. And we're not talking about the PPP loans that half y'all got busted for, and the other half, they coming.
They ain't forgot about you.
They ain't forgot. Okay. So limited access to capital, higher interest rates for us. All those things factor into it. But again, if you start in a business and you really do your research, that will be. So my thing is,
you mentioned
it's so much. And I'm trying to.
Yeah. I was just going to add this, and maybe it'll be an easier way to segue into it. So I remember my granny telling me a story, because you mentioned about like companies, robbing you and things like that, as an easier term. I remember my granny getting her hair done back in the day, and she said that she hated going to the stylist because depending on what bill was due for the week, she would up her price or change her price. Like, it wasn't consistent. And so I think about that now going into businesses, because there's a lot of times where, like, I'm like, okay, I went in this place last week and it was this price, and now it's this price this week, things like that. And now I'm feeling like I'm being robbed because where's the consistency?
And that's so I'm gonna tell. I keep it 100. I'm transparent, and I ain't sugarcoating nothing for nobody. Either you like it or you don't. But for me, who I support is big. Who I give my loyalty to when it comes to patronizing the business is big. One of the things for me, my main thing for me is communication and consistency, right? And there's a lot of lack when it comes to that with our Black businesses. Nothing's ever consistent, right? We understand that you're building a business, you're trying to see what's working and what's not working. Understandable, right? But not on the expense of your customers. That's for you to figure out. We shouldn't be having to pay the cost to figure out why, oh Lord, you might be about to close or whatever the case may be. That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Especially
You
you
didn't
trying
do
to
your
get,
homework. So why we got to pay for it?
yeah.
That
Especially you
type
trying
of
to get
stuff
people in the
irritates.
door.
Huh?
So especially if you're trying to get people in the door, like, you at least keep it, even if it's not working, do it for a good, I mean, I would at least say 3 to 6 months, just to get them in there. They're like, oh yeah, we want, then that makes sense. But even sometimes that doesn't work, because there was a restaurant I really love going to in Addison that they started taking stuff off the menu. And I'm like, I literally only came here for that one
Yeah.
item. Like, I mean, the food was good, but I came because these little side items made the meal what it was.
It is, and that's the thing. Everybody wants that microwave success, right? You can't do that. And I always use this as a prime example. Nobody has patience anymore whatsoever when it comes to business. Whatsoever. It's like, oh, okay, we're gonna do this karaoke night. And then 2-3 weeks pass, it ain't working. And then they quit and they move on to something else. You're losing business because people are looking for a home spot. People are looking for consistency. And if every time you turn around, you switching something up, whether it comes down to your drinks, your food, you know what I'm saying? Yo, BYOB, hookahs, whatever. Like, that's not a good look. Because what do most businesses strive off of and succeed off of? Word of mouth. Word of mouth.
And to add to that, what's most important is, if you are like a lounge or event center or something like that, and you want to have something going every night, like on Mondays we can expect this from them, Tuesdays we can expect this from them, you also have to learn your crowd as well. So say for example, Wednesday nights is your crowd that may come in, and those are only drinkers. Then that, just be expected, I'm not gonna make that many food sales, but I know my drink sales will be up that night.
Right.
So you have to kind of take your wins, and I don't even want to call it a loss, because people will drink all night as long as you got some good music and a drink, and then they gonna get a couple of wings because they gonna need to soak up the alcohol so they can get some.
Let me tell you something about us. We gonna eat. We gonna eat.
One thing about me, I'm a clear a bone.
Hey, all day long. Okay, all day long. It might get some to go.
Yes.
But that's the thing. It's like every business that I have patronized and been a part of outside of JJ's, right? Corner Lounge. Everybody gives up because they feel like it's not working. Okay, you did karaoke, you did Thirsty Thursdays, you went 3 weeks and all of a sudden to you it's not working. Will you allow time and patience? Will you allow for people to get the word out, right? Social media is the number one platform for that. But at the end of the day, one thing about social media, and I even say that with my real estate, Just because I put it out there don't mean everybody looking at it. There's things that I might put out there that some people miss and be like, I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't know you posted that. So you gotta keep going. So JJ's Corner Lounge, right? So we left M&B Lounge, went over to JJ's when JJ's was just JJ's kitchen and oxtails. And real talk, my karaoke crew, it was just us for months, like maybe 10, 15 of us for months. But one thing I could say about JJ, Mr. Brown, he never gave up. He made sure that Elbert was paid every week, every Wednesday, and I think we was up there Wednesdays and Sundays. Kept going. We kept going. Never stopped. Drinks stayed consistent. The food stayed consistent. Everything was consistent, and we just kept going. And for the people that I hang around, we make our own fun. We don't need a whole bunch of people in the building. We don't, we ain't the kind of women that, oh, is there any man in there? And then the men ain't the kind of men like, oh, is it any women in there? We're going to enjoy each other and have a good time. And we went probably maybe 8 months like that until the word started getting out. And JJ's grew. And then it grew to the point where he moved it down Cooper to a bigger building, right? That is the prime example of staying consistent, being patient, and allowing the time to grow your business. Not being greedy. Karaoke was free. I'm so confused at some of these spots that charge people to get in karaoke. It's karaoke. How are you charging $5 and $10 to get in karaoke when it's free? Right? So one of the things that, I know for me, why do you think so many people expect overnight success nowadays? My answer to that is they weren't prepared to start to begin with. They weren't prepared.
I agree with that. And also I'll add being in marketing and just kind of seeing what some of the clients I work with. For example, I can come in with a whole presentation because I create a digital portfolio for each one of my clients that I work with to show them what is possible. But I think that let me see. I'm trying to think of nice words. I think that they come in thinking
this is a informal platform. Say what you feel.
They be coming in a little delulu. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you can't, like if I show you numbers that I did at B&B, yes, that was on me. Yes, I brought that in. Yes, that worked for B&B, but are you on that scale right now? So you have to keep that in mind. Like, don't expect, like, yes, I could get you here, but could you even hold that? If I could bring you 200 people, could your establishment hold 200 people at this time? Like, let's be realistic about where we are. And also let's keep in mind that it took growth. Like when I did the first Boots on the Ground event, I can't remember what month I did it in, but it started with like 40, 50 people, and then it grew over time. And then also remember that there's a big establishment. There's people already in that building they're like, oh, what's going on here? Wow, this is amazing. Then there's viral videos going. Like, you have to give yourself time to let those things build up. And I think people are not patient enough because they tend to see numbers. We cannot worry about the numbers right now because their success is not going to be your success. And if something happened overnight for somebody.
And you said that because that was my next thing. Why do so many people compare their journeys to other people's journeys?
Social media. Social media is a very dangerous game. You really have to be so strong-minded to get past that. Like, you can see it and be like, oh, that's nice, and support other people, but also stay grounded to remember that, first of all, don't be a hater, because I see a lot of people who have hated on me, and I'm wondering, I have frenemies, and I'm like, why, like, anything I got you can have. Like, I would literally give it to you right now if you ask me for it.
Remember, that ain't got nothing to do with you. But hold that frenemy, hold that thought. We're gonna go into our artists of the week. Sorry, BP.
Oh, it's all good. Y'all handling business. Welcome, everyone. Tonight This young lady is one that had submitted her music to Blast Radio 247. Her name is Taya L, and this is called Don't Love You. Let's check it out.
Uh-oh.
I know you're telling me you need me, but I done heard it many times before. Broken hearts ain't easy. They're playing all my insecurities for sure. Now everything seems like a lie, and I just can't get it out of my head. My friends telling me I gotta try. Baby, I want to, but my heart won't let me love you. Love you. Love you. Trust when I say I want to, my heart isn't there. Love you. Love you. Love you. It's not you, it's all me. Nobody can get in. I've been scarred too many times. Every promise leaves a bitter taste. Been asking me for all my heart, but there is nothing left to give away. I wish the pain would let me fly. These wings are broken. You say you wait, but I don't know why. Myself feel lost, I feel like I'm losing. Love you. No me dejo. Love you. Es que no puedo. Love you. And trust when I say I want to, my heart isn't there. Love you. It won't let me. Love you. It's not you, it's all me. Nobody can get in. Tengo demasiado miedo de dejarte entrar. Tal vez algún día seré libre, pero ahora amar se siente como un pecado.
Yes, indeed. And that was Taya L with Don't Love You. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you're a fan of great music, you too can register at blastmusic247.com and sign up as an unlimited fan and have access to hundreds of independent music. Blast, we're constantly changing the industry one artist at a time. All right, ladies, back to you.
Thanks. I like that song. That video was nice.
Sorry, I'm muted. But yeah, no, that was a nice video. I was like, I like the vibe in here.
Yeah, it was very nice. Very, very well put together.
It was giving me like I want to be in
gaming.
Italy.
Huh?
It was giving like Italy vibes, like just going through the
Yeah, those independent artists, they be dope. But
okay, girl.
In what you were saying, girl, don't worry. You can't worry about what people think because that got everything to do with them.
Yes,
their
nothing to do with me.
How they operate, and just know that He is preparing a feast for you in the presence of your frenemies.
Mm-hmm.
So continue to let them people walk around and think whatever the heck they want to think, and say what they want. Baby, say whatever you want to say, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna get up in the mornings. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna live life. You gonna see me live life, and you gonna either roll with it or get mad at it.
And what's for me is for me, and what's for you is for you. You can't take my stuff and try to make it yours because it's not going to work for you.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Yes.
Everybody has their own journey. Everybody's story is written differently. When you try to take things from folk or try to imitate, it might work for a minute, but do know that that's temporary.
Mm-hmm.
There's no longevity in it.
And if you can't add to it, because one thing about me, I know I'm very creative. So if I'm doing something and that maybe it's taken away from me because God want me to move on to something else, and then somebody think maybe they won over me, and that's fine. But okay, when I come back and look and see what you've done with it, what have you done with it? Like, did
If
you
you,
water
if you
it?
gonna snatch and make it work.
Yes. Water the plant. Now I'm already planted the seed.
Exactly. So in the patience and process division, what part of the process do you think people try to skip the most?
The struggle. The
That's good.
beginning.
That's good because that's true.
Yeah. Like nobody wants, they just want to see the ending, and
Like this.
everybody's ending looks different, and everybody's beginning look different. So just like for example, if you're an influencer or something like that, you have some people who have become overnight influencers, you have some people it has took 10 years or whatever, and they just had that one moment, that one viral moment that they just needed. But you have to just trust the process, and I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of people are so into getting to whatever their vision is, and also for not putting God first, because what are you doing if it's not rooted with God first, that you're already out of the game,
Yeah. What are you doing? That is
because
so
you're
true.
putting your plan, and it's like, well, did you talk to God about that?
Yeah. Um, I can't, like I say, so my business, and I'll say this, in like the accountability and reality questions, when it comes to my real estate, um, I'm a prime example of trusting God and staying patient. Real estate is a whole nother ball game, baby. And when I say it takes patience, and I've been in the game for about 3 years, but I came into the game with absolutely no connections, no mentors, no, I mean, I came in raw, right? And so I've been having to build my own brand. The past, I won't include the first year, because the first year I walked away from corporate. I had the conversation with my husband. Real estate, something I always wanted to do since I was in my 20s. And I had a horrible experience with us purchasing our first home together here. And it made me just say, oh, heck no. Let me get my license and show people how you're supposed to be treated when you're making one of the biggest transactions of your life, right? Because it can be scary and intimidating. And I know what I crave for and I wanted in my home buying process. So it motivated me, but I walked away from corporate world. So that first year, I spent that time like, girl, what the hell did you just do? Right? Learning,
seriously.
trying to process, what did you do? Like, you are an entrepreneur Black lady, right? In this industry. And then the last 2 years, just building my brand. And it's so many times I'm gonna be transparent that I want to just say, pluck it. Right? I'm not. But I'm a Gemini. We don't give up, right? We don't give up. So
Neither do us Capricorns.
we just don't. And so is it tough? Yes. Is it sometimes I wake up and say, you know what, throw in the towel? Yes, it is.
Like, let me go put in a job application.
Well, I am looking for a part-time. I got an interview tomorrow. Just to
Okay,
help with
that's good.
marketing, like my marketing, marketing can get expensive with the things that you truly want to do. All of my realtor fees. God bless my husband, because he's been rocking with me. And baby, let me tell you about, it's been a many times that baby done got frustrated, and I don't blame him.
And look, let me know how I can help you out, because I may have some ideas, especially when it comes to. So I think with marketing, and I'm sorry, I don't know if you were finished saying what you were saying. But with marketing, I've learned that there's so many components, because even as I'm figuring out what services I want to offer to my clients, I'm like, well, I can do everything, because if you need a flyer, I can make a flyer. If you need content, then I can do content. It's like, oh, I could be your PR person. I could do like, I don't like being put in a box, because I feel like I can do a little bit of everything, and then it just comes natural to me. But with that being said, I feel like marketing is, I want to say, about 80% connections. networking, about who you know,
It
who you
is.
like. For example, when it comes to my clients, I may not want to come to all of your events that I'm helping you put together, but I've connected you with the right people to bring the people in. And it's about what you're going, like I was said earlier, once I've planted the seed, you got to water it, and you
Yeah.
have to take accountability for that as well. And then if you don't want to take accountability, you have to also come have a conversation with me about what we need to do, what I need to do more about on my end
Yeah.
to help
You
you.
just said the two. I didn't mean to cut you off
Are you
because
fine?
but you just said the two main major words, and I know VP is behind the scenes right now laughing his tail out because these words is why relationships, marriages, friendships, business partnerships fail because of two words: communication and accountability. Those two words right there hold so much power that
Can
people
I
don't
add one?
realize.
Can I add one? You said communication, also comprehension. Like, can you comprehend? Because I hear you. Because sometimes when you say you want good communication, okay, I communicated, but are you smart enough to comprehend? And we can still agree to disagree, but do
Correct.
you comprehend, or are you just responding just so you can go into defense mode and attack me? Because that's not what I'm not trying. I'm not here to attack you.
We're here trying to make it and build each
Yes.
other. Because if I build you, you're building me because that's word of mouth, right?
Yes. And that's why you have to make sure you are aligning yourself with the right
With
people.
the right
And
people.
as I work for myself, I'm learning, I think that I'm for everybody. Like, I don't know a stranger. I really do think, I mean, of course I have my days, you know that. But for the most part, I think that I just don't understand why somebody wouldn't like me. But in the same thing, I'm learning that I'm not gonna be for everybody, and I'm also okay when I because you're not gonna stress me out. I love my peace. I'm so passionate about the work that I do, and I know what I can bring to help somebody with their marketing or whatever it is that they're lacking on. If we have a conversation, and so I'm realizing that, yeah, no, this is not gonna work for me. I thought it was, and it's okay if we tried it. And I'm only willing to be as patient as you are
Yeah,
for your
absolutely.
own business.
And because at the end of the day, truthfully, businesses are thriving and surviving off of marketing. And now I can say just because of the journey, I'm a pretty techie person and I like trying to figure stuff out. That's just me.
Hmm.
And about 2 years ago, I had reached out to someone who was going to do my marketing for me, and they were going to charge me $1,500 a month to do all my marketing. So the techie, oh hell no person that I am, learned a lot of stuff that I do. I learned it on my own. Right? I went to YouTube Academy is what I went to. So a lot of the things
YouTube, TikTok.
that I do, I've kind of I didn't master Canva, but everything that I do it, right? Because I'm sitting there saying, are you freaking kidding me? Because the systems that they use to post your stuff to all of your platforms, now that's what gets me. I have Instagram. I know a lot of people are Instagrammers. I'm not. I could never get with it. I've been on Instagram, my real estate side, my personal side, for years. I just don't like Instagram. And I always forget about it, right? But they do have tools out there that will blast it to
Like
every
they have a one called, I hope I'm saying it right, Soki or
Yes.
Saki,
Yes.
that once you make an account, it uploads to everything, your
To all
TikTok,
of
your
your stuff.
Instagram. Yeah, around the same time, so you get that marketing tool right there. So
Yeah. So,
yeah,
but at the end of the day,
no reason to fail.
It's really word of mouth, and it's word of mouth and it's marketing, and how you treat the people in a business. I believe that your goal should be building relationships. Your goal should be building relationships. Genuine relationships with people, because when people come in and they feel that vibe, they're going to forever share the word.
And you know, one thing that I share with people when I'm meeting with them is everybody gets used. Use me, don't misuse me.
Yeah. 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 I don't know that I kind of, I'm a different breed. You
I
ain't
mean,
gonna
because
use. I
you
mean, you're
get,
saying, I hear what you're saying though. It's like
yeah,
basically what you're saying is I'm here to
to help
help.
you. Like we're
Just
gonna
don't
use each
misuse me.
other because you have something I may need and I may have something you need, but don't misuse me. Like don't mistreat me. Don't, just take advantage of me. Things like that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. For me, like with the way that the experiences that I have been around and I've seen, I can't go into business with nobody. I can't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to do it because people, for whatever reason, like I watch, and I sit back and I'm quiet and I watch. In communication, there is none. When you really pay attention to certain things, and I'm a communicator, there is never a time where you're going to have to say, I wonder how Miko's feeling. Never. Because I'm going to share it. Because for one, I don't operate in animosity and I don't operate in confusion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I want to be in the kind of person that I'm able to come and tell you something that I may dislike, and you should be able to come to me without it being confrontational. And unfortunately, that just ain't how people operate no more. They rather sweep stuff under the rug and move along.
Which is one of my biggest triggers. I literally hate that so much. And I feel like we're all adults. And I always say, why is it so hard for people to communicate? And I honestly feel like, if somebody could correct me, and maybe when you have I would love to be a guest again, and maybe we can have a therapist on here. But I think it's a trigger from when we were kids, and when we would get in trouble, we get a beating. And I think that people are still there as adults, and they think that if they're not communicating or not doing something the right way, I'm like, excuse my language, I'm like, I can't beat so why are we not communicating? Why are we not doing this? Why nothing? I can do nothing to you but either choose to leave this friendship, relationship, whatever, alone because it's bothering my peace, or we can work it out. It's draining. Yeah. So I just don't understand it, but I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, no, and you're always welcome to be a guest if you have any topic suggestions or anything like that. And that would be cool. Maybe I can set something up with my lovely, wonderful, beautiful spiritual counselor, Miss Myra. And then maybe have her on, because I am a life coach, but I am not a therapist. But my life and the things that I've gone through and the things that I've encountered, oh yeah, I could be a therapist, honey. Let me tell you. And all the counseling and the therapy and the psychiatry and everything that I've dealt with, I could be a therapist. But we're not trying to go to school for that at this point in time in life. Okay. Mm-hmm. But life coach is where I stop at. All right. So, but yeah, and then you said that, and I'm gonna add this because that's right on time. You have people that may be traumatized. For one, I'm a no nonsense person, right? Everybody's different, but when it comes to communication, I'm so over people adults not taking accountability for it, because you communicate with your job. If you're going to be late, if you want to take off, anything like that, you ain't got no problem with communicating with them and letting them know things. You don't have a problem with communicating with your children, whatever. So when it comes to business and partnerships, when it comes to friendships, why is that so hard?
Consequences and boundaries.
I'm like, why is it so hard? Because to hold something in again, and I'm not, everybody's different. Everybody's journey is different. Don't get me wrong. Because I always hear my mama saying, rest her soul. I always hear my mama saying, Miko, everybody is not you, right? Everybody don't think like
My granny said that all the time. Like she was
what?
like, she used to tell me I'm gonna have a world full of heartbreak because I'm expecting that the whole world is supposed to be like me.
Yeah, well, and to a certain aspect, right? And that's true. You know, I've always been pretty hardcore. My nickname as a little girl was Miss Bitch. Okay. So I'm a little bit different, but when it comes to communication for me, to me, there's no excuse. And if it's something that you're not accustomed to, get acclimated with it. We're adults. We're in the real world. And if any other thing that you struggle with in life, you know, you find a way, or a habit that you have, you find a way to break it if that's what you truly and really want, right?
I think that one word that I want to throw out there for people is self-awareness. A lot of people are not self-aware. Like, that's one thing I always try to be, because there's been situations I've been thrown in where I'm like, am I the crazy one or are they the crazy one? I don't know. And it taught me, because I always wanted people to be around me and be real. Even when I met you, I was like, if you ever see something that I'm doing and you think I'm doing it wrong, tell me. Remember I told you that, like when we were standing at the front.
Yeah.
And I'm also really good about sitting myself down, like, girl, you know, that wasn't right. Like, sometimes I hear my granny voice in my head. So I'm very self-aware, and that's why I stay away from some people too, because I'm so self-aware that I know when I'm feeling like I want to do something malicious, or somebody did something, only if somebody did something to me, you know, I don't just go around bothering people, but I have to sit myself down like, no, that's not right. Don't do it. Just let it go. But yeah, I'm going to just say that word self-awareness is very important as an adult. Self-awareness and accountability.
Very important. It is extremely important. And that's that self-accountability. You know, if you're wrong, you're wrong. You know, if it and being, just knowing who you are, also being transparent with yourself, looking yourself in the mirror and saying,
I was wrong.
Yeah. Or is there some things that I could change about me?
I was being a bitch today.
Yeah.
It's okay. And it's okay, because I think that that's another thing, that like when people come to terms with what they've done wrong, they don't want to take accountability, because it's like, I can't believe I did that. It's okay. It's okay, because you get a new day. Yes, you're human.
And we are not, we still live in the flesh, no matter how good or great we try to be. Because if you're trying to be perfect, you might as well go on and write your own eulogy, baby. Okay. Because it ain't no such a thing. But we're all striving to be better than we were yesterday.
Yes.
And I don't care how old you are, we learn every day, and we're going to continue to learn until we are 6 feet under, right?
And have grace with yourself as well. Because even if you decide, hey, I want to do right in life, and you do right for a month and then you take 3 steps back, that's okay. Have grace with yourself and keep going. Ask for forgiveness, keep going.
And keep going. And again, remind yourself that you are human and you have your flesh. And that's what we do. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just take accountability, communicate with yourself, and be self-aware. Look in the mirror and say, girl, you need to get your sugar honey iced tea together today. Because trust me, I have those moments. But I also, you know, I'm in the 50 club now, and I've learned a lot. And I've learned, it's so funny because all the therapy and the psychiatry and all that I did back in the day, I'm actually utilizing those tools today. It's crazy. And, but it's beautiful because my peace is everything. And I've always been I am extremely blessed when it comes to discernment. Extremely blessed. And I'm just going to put that out there. I'm cocky and all that with it. I'm extreme. When discernment, I call it every time. And I choose to deal with whatever I deal with. But then if I choose not to, it's for my peace, right? But you still learn, you still grow. And as much of a social butterfly that I have always been, I mean, I can talk to strangers, go in a bar by myself, go eat by myself, and I'd be done walked out of there with people's phone numbers and everything else. I find peace because everybody's struggling with something, right? And when you have a loving heart and you care, you find yourself taking on that energy. And so sometimes you just got to remove yourself and say, It ain't
Yes,
being
you can only
selfish.
give yourself so much until when you realize it start affecting your peace. That's when it's time to
It's
walk away.
time to walk away. You got to limit. You got to limit it. You got to say, no. But so businesses out there, be patient with your business. Before you start a business, do your homework. Start a business with partnerships. Know your partner. Communicate. Some of the things about that is start partnerships with clear notes. Be transparent. Be on one accord. Be equally yoked, right? There should never be a thought in either of your heads, or however many people are in a partnership, that is not shared with one another, ever. Even if it's a thought that might not make it to the table, share it, right? Don't ever mix friendship with business expectations. You can't do that. Business is business. And that's how you got to approach it, as not know, oh, that's my sister, that's my brother, that's my cousin. No, this is my business partner. All of that is cut out, right? At the end of the day. Communication, vision alignment. Y'all equally yoked. That vision, y'all all got to share it. It all got to align, right? Contract, structure, accountability. Stop. There's just so many situations and scenarios that I want to share. There really, really is. And I'm trying. My main thing is stay consistent with your business. And when things start to get rough for you, don't take it out on your customers. And that's as far as customer service, as far as consistency with your pricing. If it's gonna be, it's gonna be. I know for me, if I start a business and let's just say it's $5 crown and down. I don't care if we slow and we can barely pay the light bill. It's gonna always be $5 crown and down, right? I mean, we're not going to change it up until we build relationships, until we build loyalty, right? Then you have to adjust. You're going to adjust a little bit, because once you start getting more business in and more people know about it, your customer service is amazing. This is the only place people want to go, is home to them. They want to chill. They're not going to mind you upping the price $1 or $2, because this is home to them. They feel comfortable here. I just, too many experiences and scenarios that I really could give right now. And I'm not, all I'm going to say is, we going to pray for y'all. And that's why I be in this house. Okay. That's why I be in this house. Anybody that
It's your own battle.
Anybody that know them Taylor's house, that we got not that bar behind me, but in the kitchen. Okay, I don't have to go outside for a drink. So that's my thing. When I choose to go outside and patronize a business, it means a lot to me and how you treat me. Greed will shut you down. It will shut you down. Or it will get the wrong people in there. And that,
Also,
go ahead.
I was going to say that this is re-meeting you was also an eye opener for me, because it was like you met me at not a so great moment, but I was able to meet you again and we were able to talk about it, and I was able to take accountability, like, oh yeah, I just had a lot, and my mind wasn't even there. But it's an eye opener, because it's, as I go through life now, I'm going to make sure that I am more aware of the people that I come in contact with.
Yeah.
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 So I just wanted
That's
to add
good.
that.
Yeah, and that's good. You took accountability,
hmm
and
Y'all see that? It's so easy.
it's
And look at us,
really
we friends. Like nothing's
it's
going to
really
happen.
it's so easy to just say, you know what, my bad. I didn't, that ain't what it was. Or that ain't, but because I know people and I
You
my
had grace
discernment
with
kicks
me.
in, I knew that it wasn't personal. I never took it personal.
hmm
But when it comes to business, I'm real big on business. I come from corporate world, and I don't care what you're going through. Customer service is everything to me. Because even in the stores right now, I will call somebody out quick. I'm spending my money.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, and that's a whole nother subject we can get into with these waitresses. Girl, these waitresses nowadays. How you walking around with an attitude like somebody bothering you, but then you get mad because you're not getting tipped?
I don't know what it's like. The whole world changed after COVID. Like from
fix
the
your
cleanliness
attitude.
of a business to the attitudes.
Oh, girl, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
And I'm quick to pull somebody to the side and say, sweetie, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because for one, we not obligated to tip you. A tip is not, we are not obligated. I don't have to tip you. But if I do choose to tip you, give me good service.
Mhm.
What's up with the attitude? Ain't nobody put a gun in your head.
People feel so entitlement.
Nobody put a gun up to your head and told you to be a waitress. Nobody told you to accept the $2 an hour. Like, why are you making your customers suffer because of a decision that you made? That's crazy work to me. And because of it, and these young girls today, I be want to take my belt off, girl. I can't. I can't. And I look good in orange. I am beautiful in orange, but not every day. Okay. Or whatever. What color they do jail out here? Is it beige, khaki? I don't know.
I think I've seen every color.
I don't know, but
I've seen like a navy blue. But look, they be having them gel bays in there. I was like, I'll be a gel bay for a day.
No. I can't do it. So Comeiko, okay, stays put. And I'm so happy and content in my home that we pay the mortgage on. And I'm going to enjoy it because them streets will get you caught up with these personalities and attitudes and whatever. So
and them YNs don't care these days. They don't care at all. No. And it's just like I'm an OYN now, so I'm just like, look, you don't care. I used to not care. I can go back to not caring. Which way you want to go with?
Which way you want to go? And I don't know how to. One thing everybody know, Miko, you always got something to say. Yeah, because I care.
Yeah.
If I've noticed, I don't care.
And I've noticed that like the older I get, the more I speak up. And like sometimes I've been out with my friends and they was like, it's okay. Or Kiko, don't say nothing. I'm like, no, this needs to be. I'm like, are you having a bad day? Like, I've even caught that, and so I'm getting to see it from both sides. And I'm like, that's not who I want to be, and that's not what I want to receive either.
Correct. And that is so true. For someone to say something, that means they care because they want to see you do better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just the other day I told her it was a young guy at the Walmart on his phone. I said, sir, put that phone down. How is you checking out and you? This is why I couldn't be no manager today. And
sometimes you got to remind people though.
And no entity, because the things that I see today and how they operate, these kids, everybody be fired. I'll be running everything by myself.
Even when I was working at B&B, I noticed, when I was younger, our place was movie 14. And, of course, we done snuck into some movies and just did all kind of things in Lancaster. And if we got caught by the police officer, something like that, they'd be like, hey, come do this, whatever. And we'd be like, yes, sir. And we giggle and run off and, whatever. But now I've seen at B&B, these kids do not care. They're gonna talk back. They're gonna do everything. And it's them got to the point where like I care about people. So I always looked out for especially the kids, when it comes to the police officers, because I didn't want any of those situations that we have seen take place. But I'm like, no, you might want to grab that one up, like because it gets so out of hand and they're so disrespectful, and the parents don't even know what to do at this point either, because um we are not the same parents that our parents were, and we don't even our grandparents, like even when it comes to the elders, just the respect that we have for them, like we don't I see that they don't have the same respect, and a lot of these kids don't even have their grandparents around, because we're not as united as a family as we used to be back in the day.
Not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all. And I didn't have my grandparents like that.
Mhm.
But my mother, we knew better. But it's not there today. And then half of our families are a hot mess. Y'all aunties and
Hot
brothers and
mess.
uncles not getting along. And I'm like, what kind of example are y'all showing? And I'm quick to say something about it. But the world is just different. The water different. Everything is just different. But like I said, we can go on forever about this topic. We might be a part 2. I don't know, but I doubt it, because it took a lot to bridle my tongue in this conversation with some scenarios that I want.
You don't want to be triggered.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave you with the ending quote, motivational quote. Okay. This is for business owners. This is for entrepreneurs. This is for people looking to get into their own business. And this is to me as well, right? I let it resonate with me too. But don't rush what God is building in you. Don't compare your journey to somebody else's highlight reel. The seeds you're planting today are preparing a harvest that's going to last, not just look good online. Take your time, stay consistent, keep working even when no one's watching. Slow growth still grows, and slow success still succeed.
You ate that.
That was good, because it's true. It's true. Yes. Because you will sabotage your whole everything that's meant for you. You'll sabotage it by comparing yourself to others and not trusting your journey, not their journey, your journey. So
don't fumble the blessing.
Yes. On that note, we are going to let you guys go. Thank you for tuning in. For those that have tuned in, do know that Say Less is open to all of you guys. So if it's something that you want to come on a show to share your business, you can use my platform. If you have topic suggestions, I'm always open to anything. We are transparent, we are informal, and we just gonna keep it 100. And as always, I don't know what the topic gonna be next week, because y'all already know I don't know, but you will know by Sunday or Monday. Okay. So on that note, you guys have a beautiful and wonderful night, and stay blessed and stay positive and vibrate high the rest of the week, the rest of the year. Okay. All right, y'all.
Bye.
Alrighty, dighty.